That's when I first saw them. They were huge, dangling there, all skin and hair. I didn't know whether to scream or to introduce myself to both of them. "It's okay. You're a lesbian. I don't mind," said Tony. It was not okay. No matter how difficult it might have been for us to fancy each other, I don't want to see my co-worker's genitalia. Now, I say co-worker makes it sound like we work in Tesco's or some other kind of mundane office, something beige. Anyway, all these places, it should be highly unlikely that you run into the bollocks of someone you know. No, these hairy beasts greeted me in a dressing room. Yeah, I know, 5 minutes after show, but it requires me to go in and props need returning, microphones need collecting. Now, I know my actors intimately, but you know what, not to this extent. I heard about the passing of Tony's mum, and I was his shoulder to cry on during our stint in Bognor Regis. I helped Patrick through a breakup, and I bathed the blood off of Jasmine's leg during a particularly rough interval in Skegness. Yeah, since then it's known as Skegness. But never in my 30 years in theatrical entertainment have I ever seen the balls of a leading man. We were sat on a bench, Tony and me, when he lost his mum. You know, I was eating a lettuce sandwich, you know, one of my more subtle salads, nothing fancy. And he burst into tears. We were, the pair of us, outside the Regis Centre, Bognor. And just as I thought I'd never see a man in his birthday suit, neither did I think I'd ever find love in the middle of Bognor. Well, you know what they say, hearts merge when broken. It seems I'd been missing my sisters. We were all very, very close. And this tour, like most tours, ripped me away from them much longer than I'd care to admit. Still, bills have to be paid somehow. Yeah, perhaps I should have worked in Tesco's. No. I offered Tony a lettuce sandwich between mutual tears, and he says, "No thanks, I'm allergic." Allergic? Who in the name of God is allergic to lettuce? Well, that was the perfect anecdote for future parties. And if it was a bonding opportunity, well, we took it. Apparently we've been laughing about it ever since. One of these particular severe attacks, his lips swelled up like Mick Jagger's. Believe it. It was Pontypridd, I think. These tours go everywhere. But Patrick first mentioned it. It was before our 5th rendering of the Mick Jagger story. And he said, Tony and I looked good together. Well, that did nothing to stop the laughter, admittedly. What a hoot. Patrick looked at us endearingly. And I thought, well, maybe he's missing his family too. But no, even though he had sadness in his eyes, after a while, there was a kind of a warmth. And it was as though he knew there could be something between Tony and me. Tony chuckled. I was bloody offended, which surprised me. A gay man and a lesbian? That'll be the day, he said. It sounds ridiculous, but life works in strange ways, and not least in the theatre. I mean, and the drama doesn't end on the stage. If it did, I'd almost be out of a job. I was a shoulder to cry on, a friend. Well, not even that really. I was his stage manager. But caring is part of my job description. So these tours, they rip you up, they tear you apart, they bleed you until the only people you can call true friends are the people you're working with. We're all bound by a communal loneliness. Well, what was going to happen? Love was the only option. Is this sexual, we said? What territories are we talking about here? Are we talking about ones previously closed or unexplored? What are we saying? Love, Tony asserted. Love. And we felt it. And it was... But was it even? I cut his hair now. I'm far more superior than the hair and makeup department, so Tony thinks. But you know what? I feel bad. Like I'm taking a job away from someone. Even though it's really nice to spend that extra time. And it makes me feel proud. Proud that I'm added to his appearance. But it is only another task. I mean, and I have so many tasks to do anyway. Sometimes I wonder, I know it's silly, but could he do more for me? I mean, I know it's in my job description to do everything, but maybe he could even make the sandwiches, especially when I'm in the theatre till 1 o'clock in the morning. We're on our 3rd tour together now. It's a short one, a dance tour for the Strictly fans. It's like one show, one night, in, out, gone. You could say madness continues and the months roll on. What happens next is anyone's guess, you know. Everything always seems vague to me. Tony's off to America, 2 months, new job. That man never stops, something in television. He's not allowed to tell me what show, though. A little bit of me would love to think it's a Rolling Stones tribute band. Oh, it's not only a job, though, is it? It's a new life. Set will be packed away, lights down, curtains drawn. We may never see each other again. So this is it. The final hurdle. No more being lonely with Tony. I didn't see any more balls after that, you know. Tony kept his trousers on and I kept mine on too. But there is love. Real love. It's more than a friendship. It's a deep bonding. We're still gay. We'll always be gay. I mean, and that's not a cop-out. There is no cop-out. It's in our DNA. That's how we are. But for now, for one shining, fleeting moment, we're together. And it's wonderful. Do you know, I kind of prefer that, if truth be told. What do gay men see in balls anyway?